Hello and welcome everyone to today's video. So as you can see, we have the Digimon card game starter decks to open today. I have all three decks from the first set of three that they've released. So let's get started with the very first one. We're going to look at Gaia Red. So let's get this open, and you can see that it also includes a booster pack, which given the scarcity of the product is what's also going to make them more expensive than they probably would be. And especially in like big box stores, it's almost a shame that they include the pack, because I think a lot of people are going to be trying to open the decks and just take out the pack, you know, steal it, all that nefarious stuff, which isn't great, right, for people that want to just get the starter deck and get into the game. So what I'll do is we'll kind of go through some of the cards and take a look at those, and then we'll open up our pack. So actually really like they did this. Normally you'd have that kind of shrink wrap, you'd have to kind of play around with that, but if you can see, it's just one little slip of plastic, so really easy to take off and get your access to your cards right away. No need to potentially destroy the cards, you know, using an X-Acto knife or anything to get access to the cards. So I really actually like that they did that. And then we have our booster pack below that. So let's get to the deck. So hopefully you'll be able to get kind of a feel. As you can see, we have 4 copies of some of the cards already and some of the stable characters from Digimon. So like the main characters are getting 4 copies, which is great, right? Because that's what you want for a starter deck. Something to build off of. And again, we're getting a lot of copies of these cards so that you... And you notice they don't have a lot of abilities on the first few cards there, because they want to make sure that you kind of get like the basics down pat, right? Which is nice. Even the cards like this just have one ability on the security check, right? So it's just a lot of nice, easy to understand cards, especially for the starter. Then we get some rares. So we get a Metal Greymon. Actually, we get a playset of Metal Greymon, and then we get another rare in Phoenixmon. A couple pair of those. A couple War Greymon. So nice that you do get like the super rare looking cards in here, which is pretty sweet. And then we even get some more Tamer cards. So we get some ties. And then we get our option cards at the back here. And then our Gaia Force. And then we get our memory cards. So when you're playing, you can set up the memory like this. So there you go. You get the kind of cool memory cards you can play with. And we'll see, it's going to be, and instead of being a checklist like the original first sets, it has information. Actually, these ones have punch-out cards. Oh, okay, that's what the punch-out's for, is to move these little symbols right here, so you can move those along the marker, and then it gives you instructional cards. Just kind of the basics on how to play the game right here. So you can see how your zone gets set up, and tells you about the app that you can use the tutorial, which I do recommend. And then again, we have kind of like your rules card. So you don't get an actual booklet with these, you just get these convenient cards, which have the basic rules, talks about memory and all the basic stuff you can do with it. So really compact, really nicely done. And then of course we get our pack. So let's take a look at that and see how we do. And again, these are 1.0 packs, which are still pretty scarce and have a nice value attached to them. So I know some people have done really well opening these packs, but I mean, like any packs, right? It's going to be up to randomness. So most of these cards we've gotten a bunch of already. So we get Tyrannomon and Terror Clusters. Those are rares. All right, so let me put these aside and get to the next deck. So these are pretty straightforward in terms of what you see is what you get. So we're going to open up Cactus Blue. That's what I'm going to call it anyways. Let's open that one up. So our first deck was red. Now we're going to move into our blue deck. Let's see what we have here. So again, I imagine there'll be a lot of the similar style of cards. Again, I'll just nicely pull this off without damaging our cards. All right, and then we get, and this starts with like your eggs first, and then it moves on to your Digimon. Again, we get a lot of basic ones, which are nice, and then we move on to Gabumons. Ooh, a Bearmon, that's a new one. And then we get Kakumon. And we get Garurumon. Grizzlymon, so there's definitely a theme in blue. All right, and we get our rare, so we get, I'm going to guess a playset of Garurumon. Yep. And then we get some Zudomons. Don't look to be any rares. Plesiomon. I'm sure I'm butchering that. And then in this one we get our supers, our Metal Garurumon. And then our tamer is Matt Ashita. We get a play set of those. And then it looks like we get all our options. So again, these are, especially in this set, they're kind of very basic effects you get on the option cards right now. I'm just kind of doing one kind of basic thing. There's our name, the name of our deck there. And then again, we get our cards, our memories we can use, track during the game, which also have the rules on the back and our dedicated rules cards. So won't go into too much detail on those. And then we get our pack here from our deck. So yeah, unfortunately, I think the price of the pack price is going to drive what a lot of the starter decks are going to be end up costing. If you can find them at retail, that's a really good deal. Otherwise, you might end up paying a little bit more. Loliomon, Great Tornado. There's another Garurumon. Mega Caboteriumon. And we get another Akakumon and Omnimon. Well, there you go. I was talking earlier about everyone doing really well in these packs, and there's my Omnimon. So that's pretty sick. I believe that's the first, the most expensive card in 1.0. So as far as like regular cards go, so there's my first Omnimon. So luck of the starter decks, I guess, is a real thing. So very nice hitting the Omnimon. Well, with that, we have to go over our last deck here, and this is Heaven's Yellow. So probably the easiest to pronounce of the three. And we're flying high after that one, last booster pack. It is always the case, right? Whenever you get like a pack and like one specialty product, or I'm sure you know that one friend that likes to buy like one booster pack when they go to the shop, and then it ends up being like the chase card in that pack, and you're like, you buy like 6 packs and you just get all the worst rares in the set, and they just rip one and just get lucky. That's what that just felt like, right? You just like cherry picked one pack and just hit a home run. All right, so Tokomon, looks like some kind of ghost, and that's our egg in this deck. And then we move to Salamon, Tapirmon, Tapirmon. So getting used to the names. Patamon, Angimon, like our kind of angel-looking cards. Gatomon, play set of those. Unimon, very nice. Some sort of unicorn beast creature. Yeah, and then we get our rare, so Magna Angemon. We get a playset of those. I do like to get a playset of a rare. Like, that is pretty cool. And you can tell it's rare, just see that you get the gold foiling on it. And then we get Angelwomon. And we get a set of those. Magna Drummon. So it looks like a kind of dragon dog creature. A couple of those. And our super rare is Seraphimon. Very nice. And then we get TK Takaishi as our tamer, sorry. Again, we get a playset of those. Pretty sick. And we get Heaven's Gates, and is that like the cult? Heaven's Charm, so it's very much a themed Angel Heaven deck. Holy Flame is there other options. And 7 Heavens. So again, just looking at the effect, right? One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 10,000 DP for the turn, right? So just kind of basic stuff, but it's cool that they started that way, right? Because I'm assuming in the future we'll be getting kind of more complicated effects. And let's spin the wheel on this pack here, see how well we do. So fingers crossed. So I don't think I can ask for much more than what I got in that last pack. All right, so let's flip through our packs. All right, we're looking back at the good times. Okay, so we get Skullgreymon and Cupimon. So that fits the deck pretty well. And we get our checklist card. All right, so that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at the starter decks. If you haven't got a chance to find them locally, this will give you an idea of what they are and kind of the cards that are in them. So if you want to make a choice, I think they're great if you're learning to play the game, looking just to get kind of a baseline for your collection, right? The fact that they have play sets of cards in them, I think, are great, and that allows you to kind of start and kind of build your collection, build your deck using one of those. You know, slowly add cards as you get ones from packs, and then it allows you to kind of have a good base to begin with. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and make sure you like and subscribe for more Digimon and card games and just general unboxing fun stuff. So till next time, take care and goodbye.